Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions. The first video we're going to do is I grew up in a matriarchy. My stepfather was weak. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through direct message over on Instagram. Also, come follow me over on Instagram because I post over there as well, too. If you have anything personally going on that you need more media coverage on it, want someone to, bring some more media coverage on it, or, you don't feel that it's getting enough media coverage, something personal that you have going on, hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram link will be at the top of the chat and in the link in the description. And I can possibly help you look into bringing more awareness to it. Of course, it has to be like things that you've seen, on the channel, something involving like the police or something like absolutely just crazy, to have someone, advocate more for you on that. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family, and let's get into it.
I grew up in a matriarchal household, and this is what it was like growing up. My mom was never expected to have a job. She had a job for a couple months just for like something to do. Then she was like, yeah, I don't like this, and she quit, and my stepdad literally didn't care. My mom never cooked. My stepdad did. Mom was like, I don't know how to cook, and my stepdad was like, that's fine, honey, I'll cook dinner every single night, and he still does.
This is absolutely, everything that she says so far is very, very simp-like behavior. The mom doesn't have no job. She said she doesn't know how to cook. So what are you doing? So you don't cook, you don't clean, you don't like doing those things, claim to don't know how to cook. You are just basically living in existence. And he's just taking care of you. Oh my goodness. Let's continue. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
I've been married for over 20 years. My mom never cooked. My stepdad did. Mom was like, I don't know how to cook. And my stepdad was like, that's fine, honey, I'll cook dinner every single night. And he still does. They've been married for over 20 years. My stepdad is an amazing cook. So yes, he works a full-time job, comes home and cooks dinner. He does stuff around the house, cleans, laundry, dishes, all that stuff. My mom pretty much gets what she wants within reason. A couple weeks ago, I was over at their house, and my mom was like, I want a smoothie. And my stepdad grabbed his keys and was like, okay, let's go, and drove us 20 minutes to go get a smoothie.
Drove her 20 minutes, drove the mother, and obviously the daughter rode along because she was over at the house. And she just blurted out, I wanted a smoothie, as in the mom. And the husband was like, okay, as in the stepdad, grabbed the keys. They all three got in the car and rode 20 minutes just to go get the mom a smoothie. Is this a grown woman in a relationship with a man, or is this a woman and a child in a woman's body, and her husband is just answering her beck and call? I mean, this is absolutely crazy. I surely would not grab my keys or order an Uber or a Lyft or something and just take a woman somewhere, or have them get in their car, start it up and drive, and they're like, oh, I want a smoothie and I'm supposed to pay for it, and just go get it because you don't have a job. What? Let's continue. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification.
Because my mom said she wanted. Pretty much gets what she wants within reason. A couple weeks ago, I was over at their house, and my mom was like, I want a smoothie. And my stepdad grabbed his keys and was like, okay, let's go, and drove us 20 minutes to go get a smoothie. Just because my mom said she wanted one. He didn't bitch, he didn't complain, he wasn't a grumpy asshole, he just did it. Obviously, me and my siblings, we are grown now. You're probably wondering, well, what does your mom do all day? Nothing. She's not expected to do anything. She just does whatever she wants. She be chilling. She be relaxing. She does whatever she wants. So
this is absolutely insane. So what, she's like, well, what does my mom do all day? You're probably wondering. Yeah, she just chills around, relax. She does whatever she wants. Her husband goes to work every day, provide for her and all that, and she does absolutely nothing. Wow. Hey, simp mode in effect. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
Oh, yes, I am not falling for the day. Nothing. She's not expected to do anything. She just does whatever she wants. She be chilling. She be relaxing. She does whatever she wants. So, yes, I am not falling for the propaganda of expecting a girl to pay half the bills and do all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the childcare. Respectfully, I decline. No, thank you. I was not raised that way. With all due respect, if I am expected to pay half the bills but do all the cooking, all the cleaning, I would rather just do everything by myself and be single at that point. Because growing up.
Do you not know how expensive everything is? Even today in today's society, it was a little bit different in their time period and when you were growing up. But I mean, now today, everything is so expensive and stuff. And that's why people, have to do things in partnership. If you're going to be a couple, you might as well do it all as a partnership, where the wife is doing her thing and holding her weight and doing what she do, go to her job, work, and help with the kids, and the father goes to work, do everything he got to do, bring home that bacon along with the wife, and then also come home and help out with the kids and all that normal stuff as well, too, because of the type of society that we live in now and how expensive everything is now these days. I can understand that she wasn't raised like that, but you also got to understand really how life is now. Don't try to live this fantasy life, picket fence, rose gold life that your mom lived because she got to live it, thinking that you're going to be able to live it too. This world is too expensive now, especially here in America. Let's continue.
Up watching my stepdad. If I'm expected to pay half the bills but do all the cooking, all the cleaning, I would rather just do everything by myself and be single at that point. Because growing up watching my stepdad do everything for my mom, it gave me really high expectation.
It takes 90 seconds for this NASA-engineered AC cool down your room. It's smaller than a toaster, cools any room in 90 seconds.
Can't skip it
and
right
uses
now.
just a fraction of the energy of a regular AC. This incredible invention.
Are y'all looking at the screen like I'm looking?
Rather just do everything by myself and be single at that point. Because growing up watching my stepdad do everything for my mom, it gave me really high expectation.
Are y'all looking at the screen like I'm looking at the screen and taking all of this in, taking this whole narrative in? First of all, it's hard for me to believe it, but I'm gonna just take it at face value because it's hard to imagine a man, a grown man, because she didn't even just say her father. She said her stepfather. That means that he was a step crash dummy. And he came into a situation with a group of kids that's not even his, because she said her and her siblings. And again, we're just taking it as face value. And she said her mother just up and quit her job one day. Didn't even ask for permission, didn't even have a conversation with her father or her stepfather. And then she just quit her job, and he was just like, well, such is life. And then she said, you know what? I'm not going to clean no more. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not even going to pull my weight. Doesn't even matter. I don't care. And he was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll just get off of work and just go ahead and start vacuuming everything. And the minute that she raises her hand, I need smoothies. He gets in the car and he drives them 20 minutes out the way for smoothies. What man in his right mind would ever sign up for something like that? Because that is truly a situation where a man would say, or a person would say, I can do bad by myself. There's no reason why I need this. There's no form of companionship that makes this make sense. And if you listen to this woman and you listen to these people, they're not, because see, now, I'm not anti-woman. I'm anti-irresponsible woman. I'm anti-irresponsible man. I'm anti-using somebody without adding value back into them, right? And I truly believe that the best relationships is where y'all figure it out together. I know that there's a framework, there's a blueprint, there's a foundation, and how you're supposed to move in a relationship. And I know what that looks like, right? I've been successful at it my entire life. And so when I think about that and I put that in perspective, all you really got to do outside of the foundation of not putting your hands on people, going to work and taking care of business, embracing gender roles. Women are more feminine, men are more masculine. I'm not expecting you to go and shovel the snow, but then you shouldn't expect for me to be shoveling the snow and then coming in and cooking at the same time while I'm bringing in the resources if you're staying home and raising the children, which obviously you didn't have to do. And so what value do you bring? And so I think that every human being, man or female, needs to be productive. That's
Absolutely, in some shape, form, or fashion. If you don't want to go to work and all that, and you want me to go and do that, then at least you should be at home cooking the food, making sure everything's all good with the kids, cleaning up the house, all of those things while I'm going to work every day and bringing in the money, you know. So, but you just sitting around doing nothing. I'm going to work. I'm working for 8-10 hours a day. Then I'm coming home. Then I'm cooking the food for you, the kids. I'm washing the clothes. I'm folding the clothes. I'm making sure the kids getting their homework done. I'm doing literally everything. That's no. I don't know why this man, how he tolerated that, how he did that. That is definitely simp-like behavior. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
scripture, right? That value do you bring? And so I think that every human being, man or female, needs to be productive. That's scripture, right? That's biblical. We all need to be productive within our respective realms. If it works for me to be able to go to work every day and then you to raise the children, cool. If I have to help around the house, or I don't mind doing, I know how to wash clothes and do dishes and mop the floors or whatever, I got to do that on my own. I don't mind helping or whatever, but if you're just being lazy and I'm doing it to subsidize what you were supposed to be doing, and all you do is lay up and watch bonbons all day, that don't have nothing to do with 50-50 or nothing. We supposed to be working together because you should want what's best for me, and I should want what's best for you. Nobody should be using this relationship and coming out on top without the other one also benefiting from it. And all I hear in these videos is selfish, 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 selfish. Me. This is what my expectation is. Nobody is talking about what value that they can add into somebody else. And that's how you know that they shouldn't be in a relationship.
Facts.
Hot take. And
my expectation is nobody is talking about what value that they can add into somebody else. And that's how you know that they shouldn't be in a relationship.
hot take, and don't get defensive yet. The way some women talk to men is not because we're too masculine. I think it's because we're raised in matriarchal families. I was raised by women who handle everything: bills, emergency, survival. So my communication style is direct, efficient. I don't babysit. I don't do no hinting. We say what we mean and we keep it moving. But this is the part where it gets uncomfortable. The communication style works great in survival mode, but it can clash with romantic dynamics. Not because it's wrong, but because it wasn't designed for softness, leisure, or being pursued. But let me be clear before you take this the wrong way.
I don't know no guy that's truly successful, operating in his masculinity, and don't need anybody that's willing to put up with somebody that's talking to them like they ain't got no sense. I don't need you for that. It's weird.
Advertising, y'all.
Discover a
matriarchal women live
That's willing to put up with somebody that's talking to them like they ain't got no sense. I don't need you for that. It's weird.
matriarchal women-led households create strong women, capable women, resilient women, but strength doesn't automatically teach you how to receive. Because if I'm being honest, when you grow up watching women do it all, you learn how to command a room, not how to rest in one. So sometimes men aren't intimidated. They're confused about where exactly they can fit in our lives.
And no, that doesn't mean shrinking yourself. It means learning where leadership is necessary and where partnership is the goal. There's a difference between being powerful and being permanently on guard. So if you were raised by strong women like me, you're not broken, you're not too much, you just learn survival before softness. And both can coexist once you're intentional about it. I don't know, friend, if this really hit you, save it. If it triggered you like it triggered me a little bit, sit with it. And if you grew up like this, comment raised by women, so I know I'm not by myself.
I grew up in a matriarchal household, and I only have just come to realize / come to terms with it. And I'm realizing now that I have integrated that, how much it's really affected me. My mom runs shit. We respect and adore my father. He is the most patient man I have ever met. But my mom runs shit, okay? And in my family, I have various examples of other women who run shit in their families. So the archetype of a matriarch is not something that I am unfamiliar with.
I didn't realize how many guys have to be secretly begging for help and reaching out for somebody to hey, please, somebody save me from this situation. This is sad. This is very, very sad, because men do it because this is what we're expected to do. This is not something that we wear as a badge of honor. We like resting, we like peace, we like vacations, we like doing things that are fun. You know what I'm saying? We run it because that's what it takes in order for us to survive, in order for us to thrive. All of this, wearing this on your shoulder, and that's what I tell women a lot of times. It's like, yo, it's cool to have a career, but to wear that as, your identity and what you lead with is what could be off-putting for a lot of people.
It's quite literally the example that has been set for me. But the main thing I've noticed, and the thing that I get criticized but also rewarded for, is being assertive, decisive, and confident in my presence and decision making, because that's the example that I had. Being outspoken was the archetype for the women.
A lot of times people will use that as an excuse, but that's the way that she's describing it. The way that it really comes off is being bossy, an asshole, talking too much, and telling everybody what to do when they didn't ask for what you think is making sense.
That were not outspoken in my family, often they were nudged, like, hey, speak. We haven't heard you speak. Say something. And it's very rare. It's very rare, and I'm only now realizing that.
For those of us who come from matriarchal family structures, no one really talks about the impact it has on a woman to grow up in that kind of family setup. My mom is single. She's a single mother. Her sisters are single mothers. Their mother was a single mother. And their mother's sisters were single mothers. So I grew up.
First thing is they have no ability to make good decisions. Nobody, because everybody picked the wrong person and everybody ended up as a single mother.
Around.
Yep, just like Anton just said, everybody picked bad, and it just passed down for generation to generation of everybody being single mothers. Let's continue. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification.
Extra strong women.
Ability to make good decisions. Nobody, because everybody picked the wrong person and everybody ended up as a single mother.
Around extra strong women. I grew up around women who were running the household. Women who played both the role of mother and father. And that's all I know, right? And that's probably why, for people who have spent a lot of time with me, they'll identify how hypermasculine I am, how hypermasculine I can actually be. Being soft and feminine doesn't come naturally to me. But I'm learning now that I'm in a long-term, steady relationship with a man who wants to show up as a man. But I realized that most of my relationships before didn't work because of my hypermasculinity. I did not leave room or space for a man. I don't wait for a man. Like, I'm that girl. If I ask you to fix the light bulb today and you don't do it, like, in the next day or two, I'm going to get a ladder and do it myself. Like I'm not waiting. And when you speak to other women, like my colleagues and friends who grew up in similar situations, the narrative is the same. Okay, we don't know how to not show up in our masculine energy. And that's frustrating for a lot of men. So my partner has to constantly remind me to back up, it's not your job. It even shows up in how hard I work. Like I am a provider.
I couldn't do it, bro. I just couldn't do it at all. I would rather choke on nails than to have a quarrelsome woman inside of my household. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley. 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.
Yeah, I'm with Anton. It's like, yeah, I don't think I would be able to deal with that. You know, you have women that, you know, that be tomboyish and all that, like when they're in school and things like that. I remember my high school sweetheart, as you've heard me mention her a couple times in a couple other videos. She was very tomboyish. She's kind of dialed that down a little bit. But she was very tomboyish and very like a little bit like masculine a bit. But some people don't ever dial it down because they didn't have like a strong father in the household or something like that. They seen the mom be the man and the woman, and so then that's what they are as well too. And then when they meet a good man, then their man has to try to help them dial that down. But some men don't want to have to do all that and just want their woman to be woman. Kind of like what Anton was just saying, he couldn't necessarily do it. But different people can handle different things. But let me know what y'all think. I'll have the original video pinned at the top of the chat and in a link in the description. I'll also have my Instagram at the top of the chat and a link in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family. If you have any viral videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post them in the community tab or send it to me through direct message over on Instagram. If you have anything crazy going on similar to the things that you've seen on my channel, like any type of crazy police incidences or anything, just anything that you think that would fit the channel, send me a direct message over on Instagram and we can talk about it, and I can possibly help you bring more media coverage to it if you feel that it's not getting enough media coverage or you just want extra media coverage on it. Send me a direct message over on Instagram, or you need someone to like advocate for you in any type of form of fashion, send me a direct message over on Instagram. And also come follow me over on Instagram because I post over there as well too. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and join the Young Tripp family. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.